and silver, the best channel to learn about gold and silver investing for newbies or for the pros as well. Yeah, we closed out the week pretty strong on gold, so we're going to get into all that. And silver closed about 1 penny short of $48 an ounce, depending where you look. I mean, I look on kitco.com, and it says that it closed at $47.99. That really pissed me off. I was like, why can we not get $48? It's a perfect round number. You know, it'd be a great, wish we could have closed right at 48. 48 even. That would have been something. But that's okay. Silver's going to go over 48. It's going to go over 50. It's going to go over 100. So, just a matter of time. The biggest thing with investing, if you want to get rich, you have to have patience. And most people cannot invest right because they don't have patience to stick through their investment to the end. Okay? You have to have enough patience to wait till your investment fully matures. A lot of people, like I got one friend, he always sells everything way too early. And he even knows it. He even says, oh, I sell everything too early. I'm like, well, don't do that then. He can't help it. You know, so you just need to learn to have patience. To some people, this doesn't come normally. You have to train yourself to be patient and to wait for the investment to go higher. Okay. I got a lot of option calls right now. They're worth thousands of dollars. I could sell them right now if I wanted, but it's way too early. I bought all that time. I got these options that don't expire till way into next year. So why am I going to try to cash in right now when I paid for all that time and we know the stock market's about to go much higher? Okay, yes, a crash is coming, but it's not coming yet. It's going to happen, I think, next year, probably the middle of next year, or it could even get extended, and then they'll crash the economy a little bit later than that. It's going to crash when they want it to. Okay, the elites that run the world, they are going to crash the economy. And they're going to buy everything up cheap. That's what they did last time in 2008. They crash it, they buy everything up cheap, and then they're going to pump everything up again. Okay, so there's all these cycles within the stock market that are all manipulated, and it's caused by improper government spending and a lot of deep dark stuff that I don't even want to get into right now. But there are powerful people that control the world. They control the banks. They control the food we eat. And the situation is not good at all. It's critical, but that's a whole nother story. Today we're talking about getting rich on gold and silver. Today, I actually called in sick to my job because my back is hurting because I lifted something up. So now I have to take it very easy on my back for today and probably even tomorrow. I might not go to work tomorrow, but I'm always working for you guys. We're always watching the precious metals markets, and I'm bringing you all the up-to-date information on how to get rich. For example, remember I told you guys about Russia. Russia has categorized silver as a strategic reserve. I told you that a long time ago. And I said, guys, this is a tell. They're telling us right to our face that silver is going to skyrocket. Why would Russia tell the whole world, oh, we're going to view silver as a strategic reserve? They're going to revalue silver. You would think that, oh, they want to keep that stuff quiet. But no, they're telling us right to our face. We're making silver a strategic reserve. We're stockpiling silver. I told you guys. And what has happened since I brought you that information? Silver has skyrocketed. It's almost at $50, okay? So I tell you guys the information, the critical information that's going to affect your investments. Not financial advice. But if you want to get rich, hit that subscribe button right now, guys. Subscribe today. This is the best time to do it. If you subscribe next year, you're going to miss a lot of stuff. So I prefer investing into gold and Imganium. I've never heard of that. I've heard of gallium. I've heard of a lot of different elements, but I never heard of Imganium. That seems like you're making that up, bro. Let me look it up. IMGANIUM. GANIUM. Inganium element. There's no such thing. There's no such thing. All right. It's all about silver and gold. Anyone who says anything else, that's preposterous. Okay. Silver and gold and platinum and palladium are the best precious metals. Some people say that platinum is not a precious metal. In my opinion, it is. To a lot of investors, it is. We hold platinum because we do believe it's a precious metal. It is very rare. It's very valuable. And it is very useful as well. Okay? So make sure those bills are paid on your way to getting rich, John. Yeah, absolutely. You know, like your taxes, you got to pay your taxes. You got to make your car payment. You got to build your credit up. Okay? You got to build up your credit. While you're saving money and investing, you also have to pay your bills, build your credit, try to get out of debt. So this guy is absolutely correct. Do you hold Imaginium? I think he spelled it weird before, but now he spelled it different. I don't care, dude. If you couldn't spell it right the first time, I already tried to look it up. Okay? I'm not going to look it up again. Paycheck's going to be hurting this week, John. Oh, my paycheck? No. I got sick time, personal time. Like I said, my back is, it's not critical. It's not like a situation critical, but it's very bad. I can't really lift very much, and I have to keep my posture upright. This has happened before, and I've healed from it. So I just have to take a lot of calcium and take it real easy and eat a lot of high-quality food. Okay? Yeah, my paycheck's going to be just fine. It's my paycheck from the stock market is going to be even better than my normal check. I've been making $2,000 to $3,000 a week in the stock market, and that's really where my main source of my income is. So I'm not really worried. I like copper personally. I pull it out of houses for nothing and sell it for $3 a pound. Yeah. I got a lot of copper, dude. I don't need to show you, but I probably got about 400 pounds of copper myself. I collect the old pennies. Well, they're cents. There's really no such thing. A penny is came from the term penny weight. But yeah, they're called cents. So I collect old cents from 1981 and older. And you could collect copper pipes, copper wire. It's all going to go higher in value. It's all going to skyrocket. Okay. Copper is not a precious metal, but it is an industrial metal that has a high value and a very high use case. Copper is almost in everything. Okay. So I do believe copper will soar to $20, $25, $30 a pound. So long as we are on the dollar and the dollar is declining, copper is going to skyrocket. I believe commodities are all going to go up. Okay. Including the major one being oil. If you want to get the best oil stocks, you got to go to my Patreon. I call them the Big Five. The best 5 oil stocks to build an extremely balanced oil stock portfolio that gives you massive dividends, and you can get rich very quickly, because I have some oil stocks that are the big heavy hitters, high dividends, and then I also have some that are lower market cap. They do special dividends sometimes, and they've been known to skyrocket from $1 to $10. So if you want to get the 5 big oil stocks, join my Patreon for that. I am going to be transitioning some of my profits from silver into oil. Okay, so please join the Patreon for that new information. I'm getting a lot of my members to begin the transition, to start chopping a little bit of profits and to buy the Big Five, the best oil stocks. And they're not Exxon, they're not Shell, they're not BP. Those are all BS oil stocks. Those are the ones they want you to buy. I know the good ones, okay? So that's what we're into on this channel: gold, silver, platinum, oil, AI, cryptocurrencies. Do you hold Migium coin? No. Don't get mad at me because you hurt your back because you have 0 lats. Dude, my lats are great, okay? I hurt my back. Probably I'm guessing I was dehydrated, okay? The creatine probably sucked all the muscle away from my skeletal system the creatine probably sucks all the water, away from the skeletal system into the muscle. So my back probably was low on water. That's very true. Your back can become low on water. You can get injured if you're not hydrated properly. That's what it was. I didn't have enough water in my system. My lats are great. I got good lats. You know, I could do about 22 pull-ups, maybe more if I really want to. But you got to pay me if I'm going to get more than 22. There's no reason to do that, you know. With legs, though, legs do like high reps, around 20 to 30, even 35, 40 reps for your legs. So, Dixon, although that made me laugh, that was me. Yeah, Dixon's very mean. Where are your thoughts on lithium, John? Water Buffalo Man? Well, yeah, I'm very bullish on lithium, but I don't own any lithium stocks. I know that, I think you were telling me about some lithium stocks. I never bought them. I wrote them down and I don't have them anymore. I lost the paper. As I write everything down, I lose the papers sometimes. And then I try to go through my papers like once every 6 months. And then I write down all the stocks and stuff. I got papers sitting everywhere that have stock tickers written down on them. Guys, I just don't have enough money to buy all these stocks. All my money I'm pouring into crypto and gold and silver stocks. So I don't have time for lithium right now. But I am a big believer in lithium. I don't know if the new solid state batteries are going to use a lot of lithium. That'd be a really great thing to look up. Okay. That'd be an amazing thing to look up. Will solid state battery use lithium? Yes, solid state batteries often use lithium as a core component. So even the new generation of batteries is still going to rely on lithium. And they're going to use higher concentrations of silver as well. But I am a bull on lithium for sure. They're going to have to continue to strip mine the planet to try to get all the easy lithium. And eventually the easy lithium is going to be gone, you know, and cost of production goes up. It's going to have to force the lithium itself to go up over time. Okay. Yeah, I'm a bull on lithium, but I think silver's better. I think silver is going to do better than lithium. Okay. Chris Pratt. I don't know who that is. So, which one has hair growth benefits? I don't know, dude. I wish I knew how I could regrow hair. But, you know, you really can't without taking chemicals and stuff. I think it's better to just accept losing hair and just go bald. You know, that's respectable. But when you try to change your appearance, you try to get fake hair, you try to use chemicals to make your hair grow. But to me, that's a scammer. That's men that are trying to scam females. It's like, oh, I have all this hair growing. No, you're a woman. You're not a man. You're a woman. That's what females do, is they try to pretty themselves up, doll themselves up, fake hair, the fake nails. Okay, as a man, if you're trying to regrow hair, you're actually a woman. You're trying to have female characteristics. So I think men should just tough it up and just say, oh, I'm losing my hair. Okay, so what? I'm just going to get rich anyways. So women aren't going to care that I'm losing hair. The more hair you lose, the more rich you must become to counteract the hair loss. Okay, when you got money, women don't care if you lost your hair. If you can buy them what they want, make them feel amazing, buy them a nice car, buy a nice house to live in, get your kids whatever the heck they want. You know, women, they don't care. I've talked to women that said that they date a lot of guys that are bald. So let's just leave that as it be. I already said too much about it. I once had a girlfriend who reminds me of a water buffalo. Great girl, would give you the shirt off her back. Like a water buffalo gets skinned and you wear a skin? Like, what are you trying to say? Reminds me of a water buffalo. A water buffalo would give you the skin off their back? Or was your girl as big as a water buffalo? I'm very confused. But this gentleman, I don't know. It's funny you think you'll have a way to sell your metals on a market when USA will have no market. There's always going to be a market for precious metal. It's called the black market. It's called the black market, boy. Russia will buy your gold for $10K an ounce, sure, but you have no way to get it to them. Genius. I'm not selling my gold for anything way under 20 grand per ounce, okay? I'm not selling my gold for 10,000 an ounce, bro. And I'm not selling it to Russia, okay? The guy from Guardians of the Galaxy. Thank you. Yes. Oh, that's Chris Pratt. Yeah. Well, I didn't know that was his name, but last night I just watched Jurassic Park Dominion. That's the guy, Chris Pratt. That's the same dude, right? I don't look like that guy. I'm not that lucky. I look like half as good as that guy. Or maybe 80% as good as him. Yeah. I look pretty damn good, but I'm no Chris Pratt, bro. But I appreciate the comment. So, the guy from, you know who else was in Guardians of the Galaxy? Jimmy Urine. He was the leader of the band Mindless Self-Indulgence. And now he fled to New Zealand because he was accused of sexual exploitation or something like that. So he left the United States and he went to New Zealand. But he had a great band, but it's just he was a bad dude. He was a bad guy, but he had great music. Okay. And he fled the country and he was in the movie Guardians of the Galaxy. He was called Half Nut. The guy Half Nut. Most people won't even remember the guy because he only had a scene for about 30 seconds. Half Nut, okay? Very strange. Also, the female in Mindless Self-Indulgence, she married the guy from My Chemical Romance. Just very weird things in this world, but loved him in Jurassic Park. Absolutely. The Jurassic Park movies were kind of stupid compared to the original Jurassic Park because Disney puts all kinds of stupid, cheesy lines in there, and they make it seem like it's a made-up movie. Jurassic Park, that seemed like it could have been a real situation. They got the science, they got the people they want to rebuild the dinosaurs. It was like a real situation. But the new Jurassic Park, it's clearly just like a stupid movie that obviously is all made up. And doesn't have an element of realism. The original Jurassic Park, that was real. The modern movies are a joke. Okay. He says, I totally look like him. If that was true, I would have a lot of women chasing me. Okay. I don't have that many. It's called Rebirth. No, I never saw Rebirth. The last one I saw was Dominion. I got to see Rebirth. Okay. Yeah. Everyone knows the original was best. You see people wearing Jurassic Park t-shirts. This goes back to the days of the original ones that started it all, The original Jurassic Park was... I actually got the VHS tape from my grandma, who's now dead, but she lived in Florida. And she sent me the VHS tape, Jurassic Park. And that was the first movie I ever got as a kid. I was 13 years old when I got that movie, Jurassic Park. And it was one of the best Christmas presents I ever got. It was just because it was my favorite movie of all time. And, another movie I got as a Christmas present was Gladiator. My buddy Josh gave me the movie Gladiator. I think he gave me the VHS. And now Gladiator was great too. So still a big fan. Hey, there's dirty RCs. Let me shut this stupid window. Shit, guys. My back is feeling like a little bit better because I can actually I can stand up, but it actually hurts when I do stand up a little bit. But I can actually stand up. Yesterday I was like, I have to kind of crawl like this, to try to stand up. But now I can actually just stand. But it's not good. I got to take it easy on my back pretty much for the whole rest of my life. So this doesn't happen again. So Before Sam Neill Falls from Grace is totally my favorite too. Sam Neill. Who was that? He was in Jurassic Park? Who is Sam Neill? Oh, that guy. Yeah. I don't know the actors' names and all that. He's Dr. Grant, He's Alan Grant. I didn't know that he fell. I didn't know what happened. Maybe he got arrested or something. Who knows? I don't even know if I'm curious, but yeah, I don't even know if I want to know. But yeah, I am curious. I'm going camping with my friend tonight. Goated. Dude, camping is amazing. My grandparents, they went camping one time, and there was a bear outside the tent. And the bear ate all the food. He ate all the medications. And my grandparents thought that they were going to die by this bear. But the bear, he went outside the tent and he just destroyed everything. But I guess they stayed inside and they were protected. But yeah, that's a crazy story. So, guys, I can't wait for gold to open up. So excited. I'm putting some money into PepsiCo, get those dividends, and it will go back up. And when Tesla went down, out 1,400 in. Pepsi, I would personally never buy Pepsi because it's the big stock. Everyone, it's just a mainstream stock. I'm not a believer in mainstream stocks. That's what they want you to buy. It's got a tiny dividend. Oh, they tell you the dividend is so good, but it's a very tiny dividend. It's like, I'm going after those dividends. No, you're not. If you're going after those dividends, you buy Petro Brazil. Dirty RCs. Don't get me upset. Tell me you're going to buy Pepsi. I'm upset now. If you really want those dividends, you buy Petro Brazil or you buy Eco Petrol. Okay? Not Pepsi. That's for morons. My opinion. Let's see how PepsiCo is doing. PEPS. Let's see this piece of crap. You're going to invest in an unhealthy company? Yeah, it's down. Oh, shit. It's measured in euros. It's way down. But so what? What's the best case scenario for Pepsi? Goes up to 300? So what? There's way better stuff. What's the dividend? 4%? That sucks. Petro Brazil is 10%. You know? PepsiCo. Oh, there it is. Okay, PepsiCo. 142. There's the American one. Yeah, it looks like it's just following the general markets. It just rises slowly over time. A company like Pepsi, a lot of people consume their products across many different continents, and stocks like that just slowly grow over time. Just like Walmart, you know. I think Pepsi will probably go maybe 250, 275. And then when the crash comes, it's going to drop hard and fast. I would rather be in gold stocks because when the crash comes, gold stocks are not going to drop as much, you know. But I stay away from mainstream stocks. Yeah. I don't buy Nvidia, you know. I would if I thought there was going to be an explosive move, you know. But I don't buy Walmart or PepsiCo. I think there's way better stuff out there, mainly the gold and silver stocks. Pepsi owns so many companies, and there's new healthy sodas they're brewing up. They're making healthy sodas. I mean, Tilray is only $1.50 a share, and they make cannabis infused alcohol. That's way better than making a healthy soda. You know, cannabis infused alcohol. I'd rather buy a company like Tilray that's got explosive potential to 10x. PepsiCo, maybe that could go up by 50%. But something like Tilray could go up 10x, you know? So you got to decide what kind of profits you're looking for. If you're buying Pepsi, you're buying slow and steady profits. You're trying to get rich slow, which is good. You know, it's better than doing nothing. But if you want to get rich quick, I like to buy get rich slow stocks, and I own get rich quick stocks and options, okay? So I think the best portfolio involves a get rich quick strategy as well as a get rich slow. That way, if your get rich quick strategy fails, you still have all your other investments that are gaining you those dividends over time. That's the smartest way to go about investing. Unless you really know a stock is going to go crazy, then just dump all your money into the options. You know, Petro Brazil is okay. Yeah, remember, with Petro Brazil, the dividends are a little bit small right now. That's because oil's down. So their profits are down a little bit. Imagine what happens when the price of oil skyrockets. Petrobrazil's dividends are going to be massive. Okay? They're going to be massive. Look at their dividend history. If you don't believe me, there will be dividends of $1.50, $2, every freaking 4 months. You're going to be making mad money. Okay? So just if you buy Petrobrazil, the dividends alone will pay for your stock. So you're getting free stock. After a few years goes by, your stock will be bought and paid for just from your dividends. It's really like a no-brainer. And I tell these people about Petrobrazil, and they don't care. But they got to be in the markets for years to learn this kind of stuff that I know. You really got to fail a lot. You got to lose a lot of money. Then you get to be me. Then you really know what's going on, Not to toot my own horn. But yes, the stocks that I picked out for the Patreon members are doing very well. And I do deserve a little bit of gratitude, for what I did for you guys on my Patreon. I believe I deserve some gratitude, but I don't need it. I just need to get rich. That's kind of like Berkshire Hathaway, Warren Buffett's company. They own so many different things. They own Brooks shoes. Literally, my favorite shoes, Warren Buffett's company owns them. Yeah. You are in favor of ICP. Yes, I like Internet Computer. That is, if y'all know me, you know that I like Internet Computer. I really do believe it has the best technology in all of cryptocurrencies. I've also seen strange things happen that tell me that they're trying to keep ICP quiet, and that tell me that they're trying to make ICP cheaper to scare people out so that insiders can buy it cheap. I've seen this stuff over and over again. The next move for ICP is it should skyrocket, okay? This is easy money. I have automatic purchases on ICP, so I buy it every week. I think it's every Wednesday. I buy Internet Computer no matter what. Even if there's no money in my bank account, it'll overdraft it and I'll still buy my ICP. That's more important. It's more important that you buy ICP. Don't worry about the fine details, okay? If you focus too much, it's called analysis paralysis. You'll focus too much on ICP versus other ones, and you'll look at what that other people are hating on ICP, and you'll just go into analysis paralysis. You'll just be so confused by what everyone is saying that you won't do anything. Just freaking buy it. Just freaking buy ICP. I'm telling you, it's going to be huge. It's going to blow up. Internet Computer is going to be the next Bitcoin. All right, guys. Very weird. Very weird. I can't update my titles on this video right now. It's never done that before. So, Healthy Soda Company. I need somewhere to put my money while I find good stocks. We already have the good stocks, bro. You need somewhere to put your money while you find the good stocks? Just join my Patreon. A lot of the good stocks are over there. And then you can just get started. Petrobrazil could tank at any time. It's government owned. They mess with it for the interest of Brazil. Well, you're really taking a good thing and you're making it sound bad. Yes, the government owns most of the shares of Petrobrazil. So that means they're collecting a lot of the dividends. The government has an interest in this company, in the success of this company, because the government owns it. That means smart money owns Petrobrazil. Okay? You're trying to make it sound bad because the smart money owns it? That's the stupidest thing I ever heard. I thought you were a smart dude, dirty RCs. I know you're a smart dude. Okay? So yes, Petrobrazil could tank at any time. It's government owned the mess. Government owned. Yes, it's government owned. They mess with it for the interest of Brazil. But you got to be more specific. They mess with it. They own it. They collect the dividends. They got cheap labor. They're producing massive amounts of oil. They're making massive profits. They want to attract new investors too. Why could, if they're not going to do that by tanking it, If they tank Petrobrazil, it'll be because that the government wants to buy up more of the shares. Okay, Petrobrazil has a lot going for it. And the fact that the government owns most of Petrobrazil That's the best thing you could ever have. The best thing. Guaranteed. Imagine if the majority of Tesla stock was owned by the government. You know how many more people would want to get Tesla? Oh, the government, the smart money has it. You're making a good thing sound bad. And I definitely thought you were your IQ is higher than that, buddy. It's higher than that. I know you're smart. What you're telling me, you've heard about Petrobras. Oh, somebody told me, I've been reading on the forums, and they say that that's not good, that Petrobras is owned by the government. No, that's very good. They're telling you it's not good. That's manipulation. They want people to sell Petrobras. The smart people are buying it, okay? Here for the eyes. Thanks. I got good eyes, yes. ICP, where we hold ICP. Hold it on your Coinbase account, okay? Get a Coinbase. Do you favor ICP on hardware wallet? No. I only hold ICP on Coinbase. What's your source? Why, my friend? My source for what? Adam Cochin says hi. I should be able to. I never even put a title on this live. I should be able to. Weird. Very weird. Good afternoons. Yes, good afternoons. Good afternoons, guys. We're looking for those super chats. Let's go. Monero or hold any? No. I think that's like a giant company. What do they do? I forget. Monero. Oh, it's not even coming up. It's not even stock, I don't think. I have 64 subscribed on my YouTube channel now. Matt Owen's got 64 subs. What is your channel, dude? What did you tell me? I'll look it up right now. What's your channel? I got to subscribe to this guy. What is your YouTube channel, bro? I'll type it in. I think you told me once before. XMR equals Monero. Yeah, it's a crypto. I don't want that. No, I don't own that. Matt Owen I9V. Matt Owen I9V. Let's see what comes up. So Matt Owen, 65. That's you? 65 subs? This is 65. All right, I'm in. All right, cool, dude. I get to see some of the videos of one of my viewers, so I appreciate that. That you're doing your own thing too. You're trying to be successful. Before you know it, you're going to have a couple thousand subscribers, and you're going to be getting more people that are commenting. It's going to start going well. It just takes time, okay? I am black, not black. Okay, dude, by the way, do you remember me? Beamy Weenie. I don't remember that. No, I don't think so. Yep, I got you, Matt Owen. I got you. I'm going to look at my YouTube studio. Okay. Yeah. Monero is like digital cash, but better than cash because the serial numbers on cash can be tracked. So they make up a story that this Monero is better than cash. I mean, maybe it's true, maybe it's not. I don't trust it. I don't trust a lot of these new products. A lot of these ETFs. No, I don't trust them. I trust gold, silver, oil. That's the stuff that I really trust. It's things that the economy needs. Okay. I don't trust this supposed digital currency. I don't really trust any cryptocurrencies, but I do believe some will perform well. ICP is my favorite crypto. Yep, 66 subscribers right now. He's doing well. Matt Owen. Yeah, 60. Oh, back. I'm saying back. All right, he's back. Okay, Beamy Weenie, you're back. I'm glad you're back. I don't know, you went away for a little while, but we have a lot of subscribers that they need a break from me. I'm just too intense. People don't like getting yelled at about having to build wealth and make money and get rich. You don't like me telling you you got to quit drinking. You got to quit doing this and that, and you got to get rich. So a lot of people, they think they need a break from me, but then they always come back because they know they got to focus on money. And I'm going to help you to do that, okay? No, I'm just saying it's fungible, more fungible than cash. They're just trying to claim that it's better so people buy it. That's why. It's not better than cash, dude. Fungible is one of the attributes of money. Let me just get a refresher on fungible. Replaceable by another identical item. Okay, so you can exchange it for other stuff, except it's not true. You can't exchange Monero for, I want to go buy a silver coin at my coin dealer. I want to buy a bicycle off my buddy. I want to buy a used car. Yeah, Monero, cash is king. Okay, so stop trying to say Monero is better than cash, whatever. US dollar is the king right now. Well, gold and silver is the king, and then US dollar is very valuable because you can trade it for gold and silver right off the bat. Silver is really the best thing to hold, I think, in my opinion right now. I like and subscribe to your channel. Thanks, Matt Owen. Yeah, if you guys subscribe to me, I will subscribe to your channel as well, okay? Tommy says, what are you talking about? Gold and silver investing, bro. We're about making money on this channel. Don't chase your ex-girlfriend, chase money, okay? I just put that video out there, I think, on my TikTok. Don't chase your ex, chase money. The ultimate way to get back at your ex is to get fucking rich. Okay, guys, to get rich. She's going to wish she stayed with you. Especially if she left you when you were poor. If your girlfriend left you when you lost your job, like me, then if you get rich, she's going to regret that decision. Okay? Best way to get back at your ex is to get rich. That's what this channel is all about, getting back at your ex. No, it's about getting rich. Getting back at your ex is just a side product. Okay, so God and the earth. So let me read this. Yes, gold and silver, something created by God and the earth, has an unknown amount. Discovered and undiscovered. Better invest. Okay, well, you could calculate how much gold should be on the earth. We do know. But there could be much more gold in the center of the earth too. That we don't know exactly how much gold could be in the center of the earth necessarily. I'm sure scientists have tried to figure it out. You know, they might have an idea of how much gold could be in the center of the earth. You know, how much gold is in the oceans, is in the sand. You know, yeah, there's a lot of gold, but a lot of it is hard to get to. And there's a high demand for gold too. No matter how much gold there is, there's going to be banks that accumulate it. Okay. There's going to be people that buy it. I'm not saying it's better than cash. I'm saying it's more fungible than cash. This Monero is more fungible, easily to exchange. I don't think it is. No. Cash has an extremely high degree of fungibility. Monero is not. I think that is a complete lie. I don't think we should buy Monero. I'm not a believer like this gentleman is. Do your own research on Monero. I have a coin worth $24. That's good. Invest into gold and silver so it can be mined by robots in 5 years. Yeah, the robots are going to teach our students. They're going to teach our college courses. They're going to mine. They're going to be in the salt mines and the gypsum mines and the coal mines. Robots will replace humans, yes. We are going into a new world order. So yeah, you can have robots mining gold. That's going to be in the future, yes. I told you what fungible means. It's basically indistinguishable from one thing to another. Fungibility means how easy it is to trade it for something else. Not that it's indistinguishable. Its value could be equivalent to another item, yes. And that way you could use the word indistinguishable because their values are equivalent. A certain amount of Monero would buy a certain item. But your logic is flawed on this Monero business. They're basically not because they have, I don't care about this, they have serial numbers. These guys trying to make an argument for some kind of crypto. He says it's better than the dollar. I don't even think you understand trade fi. Okay, that's fine. Leave then. I got to go low IQ stream. Okay, no, it's actually a high IQ stream, but you are not accepting of the information. You are not accepting of it. If you are in a disagreement, you could say that you have a low IQ. That's what people will do that disagree. I think you actually have the low IQ. So thank you, Jesus, for eliminating that comment. It's because of we disagree. That's why he said low IQ. That's his good comeback. It was a good comeback. I liked it, yes. You can play stray. I'm going to the store to get lottery tickets. I say no to lottery tickets. They're a waste of money. Almost every time that I buy lottery tickets, it's a waste of money. Almost every time. It's like they're addicting to buy, but it's like you lose every time. Why do people keep going back to buy lottery tickets? I don't do that. I just, like, every 4 or 5 years, I'll be like, I'm going to get a couple lottery tickets. That's what I do, like every 4 or 5 years. And then I buy a few and then I quit. Thank you, Jesus Rodriguez. John, look up bauxite and red mud. There is 60 million pounds of gold in the field waiting for technology to better receive it. Red mud. So there are places in the world where there's a lot of gold that, it needs to be mined, but it's just not easy to mine. But that gold will be spoken for when that's mined. I'm sure there's banks that are going to try to accumulate it very rapidly. Price of gold is going to continue to go up 5, 10, 15, 20,000. And also, just because there is this gold, because of the insiders, the industry, they might decide we don't want to mine that gold. Okay. There are silver fields where they can literally mine silver for pennies on the dollar, but they're not doing it. They're letting the price of silver skyrocket. It's because of insider politics. They could mine this silver so cheap and the price of silver would crash, but they're not doing it. The insiders will not do it because there's a greater purpose. They're going to skyrocket the price of gold and silver. So even though there may be some easily accessible silver and gold, they're deciding not to go after it. You think, oh yeah, they're going to mine all this gold and gold's going to tank. No, they don't want to mine it. They want gold to skyrocket. So they incentivize these companies and businesses to not go after certain gold, to leave that in the ground, leave it there. Okay? I'm telling you guys, there is literally silver in different countries that they could pull out of the ground for pennies, but they won't do it because they want silver to go up first. Once silver hits 200-300, once gold hits 20,000, then they will take that freaking gold out of the red mud. You know what I mean? It's insider stuff, guys. It would seem like it doesn't make sense according to logic, but yes, insiders, they don't want that gold to come out of the ground. They want it to remain in the ground. And this goes very, very deep, and it gets very, very complex. But they don't want to mine some of the easy silver, the easy gold. It's like there's gold in the oceans. They're not going to get that until gold goes much, much, much higher. Is gold and silver rubbish to hold? No, I've been talking about gold and silver a long time, and I've been making a lot of money on it, guys. If you want to make money on gold and silver, you're going to become a holder, and you're going to get in on my Patreon and buy these gold and silver miners, okay? The gold and silver mining stocks. I got all of them on my Patreon, not just all of them. I take all of them, and I find out which ones are the best. So I have a list of about 20 gold and silver mining stocks, and these are the best ones, in my opinion. To get them, I charge $10. It's not financial advice, but yes, I legit give you these. I own a lot of them, probably all of them. Okay? Just for an example, I got Courier, Newmont, Hecla, Barrick, Silvercorp. I'm not going to tell you all of them, and I'm not going to tell you the best ones. I just spat off 4 or 5 right there. That's all I'm going to say. If you want the best ones, you give me the $10, join the Patreon, and you can start on your wealth building journey. Okay? Once the debate is lost, slander becomes the first tool of the loser. Very true. Very true. Whenever somebody says something that disagrees with how a person is living their life, they will attack that person. They attack the messenger because they have no chance at attacking the message because they know they will lose. If they try to fight the message, they cannot. But if they try to say, they'll fight the messenger. Like they say, oh, I'm bald. Silver is not a good investment because I'm bald. I'm losing hair. So you shouldn't invest in silver. You know, just the majority of people have IQs that are fairly low. The average IQ is 100. You know, people that have an IQ less than 90, they're not going to be very smart at using logic and debating. So people with low IQs are going to attack people with high IQs because they simply disagree. But other people with high IQs are actually sometimes willing to debate, you know, to find out the truth. But, you know, everybody's different, you know, and I'm just yapping, you know, I'm just yapping. Okay. What country am I from? The USA. 25 pounds of silver. Bought it when it was only $4 an ounce. This guy bought 25 pounds at $4 an ounce. That guy, you were a little bit early, but you were smart. I was buying silver when it was about $5, $5.50 back in 1999, because I had a family member that told me that, you know, silver is a good investment and stuff like that. And I was like, shit, okay. So I got my working papers when I was 14 years old, started buying silver. This was way back, you know. Yeah, I got my working papers. I started working at a chicken farm. I was vaccinating chickens. The chicken wing, it's got like this triangle in there. When you hold out the wing, it has like a triangle, and you have to puncture the needle right where that triangle is, and then you have to inject this blue dye. It's like a blue medicine that keeps them from getting bird flu or something like that. And I had to do that, and I had to take out the shit papers that the chicken shit on, and I had to stack them up. Just stacks and stacks of chicken shit papers. And I had to kill roosters too as a kid. They made me grab the rooster's head, and then you had to go like this, and you went like this. And when you snap the rooster's neck, it would go, and it was an experience that I wish I never would have had to done. I wish I never would have had to go through that experience, that I had to kill chickens. But it is what it is. It's over and done with. If I didn't do it, someone else would have. I mean, whatever. But yes, they made me kill chickens. But the point is, I took all that money when I was a kid, 14 years old, and I loaded up on silver. Okay, so I was into investing at a young age. That's what we have to do. Kids are all about freaking video games. You got to get your kids into investing. Okay, that's what a smart parent will do. Okay, when you're bald, you look like you don't know what you're talking about. You can't even read bro. When I'm bald, I look like I don't. If a person looks like they don't know something, doesn't mean they don't know anything. Okay, you can't judge a person's knowledge by what they look. Many times you can, but other times you can't. Okay, the person looks sophisticated, and if they look wealthy, you could pretty much judge them and say, "Oh, it's a smart guy. You know, he's got a good job. He's probably a very logical thinker. You know, if the guy's got a lot of money." So yes, you can judge people, but there are many cases where this is untrue. You see homeless people that can be very smart sometimes. Okay, many homeless people have high IQs. So LMAO, do you like Hot Wheels? No, Hot Wheels are worth money, but you know they got the red liners was the popular one. Everyone was trying to collect the red liners like 25 years ago, and I think I had one of them. It was worth like $100 or something. I don't know, but yeah, Hot Wheels are a good investment. I'm bald, and I made $90K in the last 2 weeks. So being bald means nothing. Okay, yeah. If you're bald, you can still get wealthy. And like I said, if you are going bald, you better try to focus on getting rich. Okay. The balder you get, the richer you got to get. I have a lot of Hot Wheels and Red Wheels. 120 million. I think he's got 120 million. No, it's only less than that. I think he's got 1.2 million. $1.2 million in Hot Wheels cars? Or is that 12 million? I think it's 12 million. Yeah, he's got $12 million worth of Hot Wheels cars. Damn. He has a $130,000 police car. Dude, I got straight millionaires watching this channel. These guys know. They know I'm coming up. And I probably remind them of them, when they were trying to come up. And they can relate or something. I don't know. I got tons of ladies being bald helps. I talked to one girl. She said the last 5 guys I dated were bald. So a lot of women love bald guys. Yeah. Yes, we got 10 viewers in here, guys. The YouTube channel, we're starting to do good. We're blowing up. We're starting to blow up. I think it's because gold and silver. My channel, John's Gold and Silver, and now gold and silver are going up. My channel, this is what I predicted. I predicted that my channel would do very well when the price of gold and silver went up. That's why I named it John's Gold and Silver. This was the whole key the whole time, because I knew gold and silver were going to skyrocket shortly after I started the channel. I was like, all right, it's time. And I was correct. And I'm reaping the rewards now. We have 3,516 subs. That's nothing to scoff at. There's nothing to scoff at. Yeah, I'm still a small channel, but I'm definitely coming up. I'm definitely coming up, guys. I gained 13 subscribers since I went to bed last night. Can you imagine that? 13 new subscribers from when I was asleep to when I woke up. I'm very happy. Right now, you guys aren't going to believe, you're not going to believe this, but I had almost 1 million views. I'll show you. Yeah. Watch, guys. 1 million views. Your channel has gotten $1 million. Damn, son. And this is the activity. So for 1 million views, I made $3.42. Can you believe that? 1 million views, and I made $3. I thought that I would have made a lot more money by now, but YouTube is just not as good as I thought it was. But it's still the best place to be, I'm on Twitter, it's not doing anything. I'm on Rumble, it's not doing anything. I'm on Facebook, it's not doing anything. Truth Social, it's not doing anything. YouTube is the only one that's halfway decent. And it still is terrible for new creators. Like, dude, Matt Owen, but, oh, yes, TikTok. My TikTok is actually doing okay. How can I make, he says, how can I make money on YouTube? You're not going to make a lot of money on YouTube at first. It's going to take a very long time. Your best bet is to try to get a sponsor, start a Cash App and put that in your description. But, for my Cash App, I actually made like 40 or 50 bucks over 3 years, which is not good. If you want to make money, I would not get into YouTube, unless you are a advertising expert. I am not, but I am learning. But for YouTube, you have to get 3,000 watch hours, and then you can get monetized. When you get monetized, it does not mean you will make any money. It means that you can make money. When you get monetized, people can give you super chats. It doesn't mean that they will give you super chats. In fact, most people will not. Okay? But I was lucky enough to have a couple of you give me altogether $3.42. And apparently that's enough to keep me going. It's enough to keep me excited. That's all it takes. It doesn't take much. I kind of pound the pavement a little bit too much. A lot of the time, I'll beat a dead horse. And, you know, for a while, my YouTube, I would still argue that my YouTube is a dead horse. Even though I got 1 million views, it still ain't doing shit for me, you know? It's a dead horse. But I'm going to keep on beating this dead horse until it wakes up. I promise you that. I am not going away from YouTube. I will beat this stupid dead horse until I start making money. That's the attitude you need to be successful, guys. Even though YouTube is shit, it's not paying me shit. I know it will eventually. I will become rich on YouTube. And really, I want to build up my YouTube channel and give it to my son. Because eventually I'm going to be 75, 80, 90, hopefully. I'm going to die. I want to leave my YouTube channel to my son. And all my Patreon members, they're going to be his, you know, and I'm going to give him the torch. And he's going to now be teaching young men how to invest. You know, that's my goal, is to grow up my YouTube channel and give it to my son. And then he can do that and make money at it. You know, that's really my main goal here. It's not really for me. It's for the next generation, you know. One GAT Red Wheels SWAT car. Matt Owen's got a lot of rare cars. Yeah, I'm a big fan of Hot Wheels cars. I don't collect them because I don't want to put the money into that, but they're very interesting. What's your YouTube channel called? John's Gold and Silver. I'll show you. Here. John's Gold and Silver. 3.15, 1,700 videos. So right there. Those are the key numbers. So I put out 1,700 videos. For 1,700 videos, I made $3.42. Do you want to do YouTube? You know, eventually, I hope I can make $3.42 from each video. That would be better. And then eventually, I hope to get $20 or $30 from each video. And then eventually, I hope to make $100, $200, $300 per video. But this is a process. It's not easy. It's a struggle. It's a battle, okay? So that's my YouTube channel, John's Gold and Silver. How much do Hot Wheels make? I'm not sure. Yeah, check out my channel, bro. John's Gold and Silver. It's not even letting me edit my very weird. But Matt Owen's got all the Hot Wheels in the whole world. This guy is a Hot Wheels maniac. Okay. Yeah, it's a very good investment. Hot Wheels cars have been doing amazing. Woo, let's go. Let's get rich, guys. Pawn Stars had that Hot Wheels with van with the surfboard. Yes, was it blue or something like that? I saw that episode. I think I saw that episode, and that was a rare one. Yeah, the fire truck. Yeah, I saw that episode. I love Pawn Stars. I love collectibles, antiques. I actually have a lot of knowledge about antiques because I spent years watching freaking Antiques Roadshow and looking up collectibles and going to flea markets. And so I know a lot about antiques. That's really what I should do, is I should probably get into the antique business, just like my dad. That's what I should do. He's got the fire truck with 2 red wheels. Sweet. I would love to see that thing, dude. See the condition of it, and I wonder how you store them too. Do you store them like in a cabinet, or does each one have their own special case? Or I wonder how you store those, you know, and how you display them too. collectibles and like Hot Wheels are the ultimate display thing for your house because people walk in, they can see all these cool different collectibles that are worth different money, and they just raise so many questions and intrigue. And you know, these are things that were made in the past. It can take you back in time, you know, which is a really cool experience. So collectibles is like one of my number one interests in life. I like gold, silver, bodybuilding, and collectibles, antiques. I love all that stuff. I have a large collection of railway antiques, thousands of items. Thousands, wow. I had one guy in the family, he owned a train store. He sold model trains. This was a relative of mine, I think. Yeah. Old railroad stuff is really cool. One time, we took a metal detector out by the old bike path, and we were looking around with a metal detector. We found an old train wheel. Not kidding. We're like, beep, 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 beep. We dug it up. It was this big train wheel, and it was just like all cast iron or something like that. And it was just a cool collectible. It was a really cool thing. I drive trains from Canada to Minnesota. Minnesota. This guy actually drives trains. That's cool. I'm always scared about a train, like when I'm pulling up at a crossing. For one thing, I hate trains because they make me late to work. That was my number one excuse when I was late. I was like, oh, the train got me. And little did the boss know it was actually true, that there was a train on my way to work, and I was late a bunch of times because of it. But I'm always scared that when I pull up, the train's going to derail, and I'll be like, oh, shit, if this thing derails, I'm going to have to pop it in reverse. You know, and I always think about weird stuff like that, just every possible scenario. But yeah, that's cool. This guy's really into trains. That's a good job too. That's a really good job. You can make a lot of money driving a train. I've had a lot of people telling me that they were leaving different businesses to get on the train business and make more money on the trains. So I would definitely recommend getting into the train business. Yeah. I hit a car last year, took the front end off his car. Damn, this guy ran into a car. See, that's why I get scared whenever I see a train coming up. I'm like, because I always see those videos of a train hitting like a semi and just cutting it in half. Trains are so heavy; they're very powerful machines. Very powerful indeed. I'm into those old tractors, the steam-powered tractors. I like those. I got it uploaded. My Hot Wheels, nice. Matt Owen uploaded his Hot Wheels car. So maybe I can refresh your page, dude. Wow. That's cool. The video is a little slow. It might be your camera, but he's got a lot of Hot Wheels displayed. I'm surprised there's not glass over it. There should be glass covering them, you know? But yeah, that's a nice collection, dude. I'm sure you got a ton. Man, this guy busted that guy's car up. The Hot Wheels are very, very cool to collect. I like collecting. I want to collect a lot of stuff. I want to collect like old Radio Shack remote control cars, vintage RC cars, vintage Tyco, stuff like that. Vintage toys. Yeah. But I just don't have the money to collect all that stuff yet. All my money, I put it into like gold stocks right now and oil stocks and, you know, different stuff, you know. And whenever I tell you I took a position on the Patreon, that's true. Okay, like I told you, I took a position on AMC options. That's true. I still have that position, you know. Anytime I take a position on the Patreon, I'm still in it, okay? I never lie to you about what stocks I buy on my Patreon. It's all true. So he's got a Hess truck. Oh yeah, I know those trucks. Those Hess trucks were they sold them as collectibles, but I don't think they were ever worth a lot of money. But I'm sure some of them are more scarce than others. and they take up a lot of space, and they're just not super valuable. Hess. Let's see if how much these things are worth. They're really cool, Hess trucks. There's a boat going for 137 bucks. Let's see, price highest price first. 10 grand for a whole bunch of them. 7,500, 4,500, and this guy's got like 80 of them. Hess trucks. Wow, there's a chrome one. Check this out. Chrome. Wow. That's sick. That's something that I could collect. But that one's 4,500 bucks. That's too much. Hess fire truck. Yeah. They made a ton of those, the Hess fire trucks. Yeah, they sold them as collectibles, but they never really went that high in value. Even the most expensive ones are not really that much. 6 of them for $950. 1970s. So there are some old ones that are worth a little bit more money. There's one that says they want $810 for it. Yeah, I guess some of these old Hess trucks are worth some decent money, but like there's one for $400. You got to really have the high collectible ones, the good ones. And they're cool. They're very cool to collect, you know, because they have moving parts and everything. Those things are fun to play with, you know, but as far as an investment, I'm sticking with stocks and gold and silver. I don't really collect, I don't collect collectibles. I just collect stocks, you know, and I'm going after those 10x returns. Some collectibles can go up massively, but it's hard to predict sometimes, you know, like the Pokemon cards and Silent Hill 1, you know, who knew that these things would be that collectible? You know, it's hard to tell. But stocks and gold and silver, they're going to go up in value, I think, no matter what. There will be crashes along the way, but gold and silver are going to do very well. But yeah, we're doing good on the channel, guys. So just wanted to catch up with you today and let you know how it's going. And keep on stacking silver, keep on investing, keep on collecting. All right. We'll see you in the next video. I got to get going because I have to try to do pull-ups. I'm definitely not going to do any rows today because my back is really hurting. But I can do pull-ups because my lower body is just hanging. I can just do all the pull-ups in the world. So I'm just going to do, for my workout today, I'm just going to do as many pull-ups as I can do. That's it. I'm going to do probably 4, 5, 6, 7 sets. I'm just going to do a whole bunch of pull-ups. All right. Like and sub MFers. Guys, hit that subscribe button. And I promise you, I will not let you down. I will keep trying to bring you the best stocks and the best cryptos and the best gold and silver investments. Let's go, okay? This guy says he's back. Well, you're back. Well, I'm about to leave. All right, hit that subscribe button, guys. I really got to go because I got to eat. I got to do a lot of stuff.